Okay, this is a fast update. The microbes for the cheese have arrived, and I have now, there's a lot you can choose from depending on the cheese that you have or you want to make, not have, the cheese you want to make. What I found, I finally found a Canadian company that has combination like this one right here. Comes from Italy, and it is for brie, and it has everything you need in it. It's the MO036. You see a lot of people using the MO030, but then they have to add all the other ones. So this I really like. And then when you decide the cheese that you want to make, of course you need to get yourself a book, and it's very important that you do have a book to write your recipes. So I found this on Amazon for $9, and I find that it is very good for beginners. So what it does give you, it gives you the following instructions. So once you have a recipe like this one that I have here, and it says, and it lists all the things that I need and all the process, and you can go on your Google and get a recipe. Then you just follow the instructions, but you have to write them down so that you don't lose track, especially when you're going to start making a lot of that. Now I got a question from one of my clients and texts me and goes, well, where do you get the fish stuff? Well, you can get this on Amazon. I do believe a setup like this one here with the digital, and like I said, I put it on and I don't have to worry about it, about burning it, about scalding it, about babysitting it. I just follow whatever instructions I have to follow for the cheese, and the time when to put the ingredients in and how long to mix it. That's basic. One of the very few variations of making cheese. It's one of the things that I've learned, that basically, like even with this package, it's not only that I can make the brie, I can make other soft cheeses like ricotta and other ones. So, yeah, you can say, well, I can make it just with vinegar too, but you want the good microbes, right? So, and you have the sour cream, all sorts of things. I can make cultured butter with this, and that's another thing, another tool that I'm going to be getting is butter mixer, and not one of those hand ones, because it's not going to happen that way. Okay, so what is the minimum equipment that you need? So first of all, you need an area. Second of all, you need some system that you're gonna be comfortable with leaving the milk and the microorganism. And 90% of all the cheeses cannot go any higher than your body temperature, 90 degrees. So you don't really want Fahrenheit. You don't want anything that's going to be producing, even a double boiler. If you're not watching it and babysitter, you can have a problem. Then of course you're going to need the microbes. Of course you're going to need some sort of recipe. I didn't buy one particular book yet because I'm following so many different girls on YouTube of the recipes, so I'm actually writing their recipes, plus I'm getting the AI recipe, and then by the time I'm finished, I'll have probably 3 or 4 versions of the same recipe that I can then work with and pick one of the best, right? Then of course you're going to need some cheesecloth. One of the things I've learned about cheesecloth is that you want that are reusable, and the minimum that you need to do is get the grade 100, because if you buy the other ones, yeah, they say reusable, you're just going to use them once and that is it. course, you're going to need some sort of temperature measurement of your milk and cheese stuff. You're going to need, of course, some bowls. You're going to need a knife, and again, if you're making your own skim milk, you're going to need absolutely this beautiful machine. Like I said, I don't get paid for any of this. This is not sponsored. To set a milk separator, so cream separator. There's different names for it, but yeah, on Amazon. And of course, I'm gonna be try to make some cheddar later on. I don't know when I'm gonna be feeling comfortable, but I did buy the microbe. Now I should have bought more than this, because by the time you're finished, it's not the microbe themselves that cost you money. Yeah, it's the shipping. And it doesn't matter if I buy one thing or I buy 10 things, the shipping is still the same, I noticed, because they use Pure Later and they're going to ship it to you fast. So, this I love. I'm trying to make it so that you can see. There we go. Two is because I just need to use this pack, and that's it. And I can make those cheddars and hard cheeses that then I can, the 4 different cheeses only that then can be waxed. And then you can watch me and how wax the stuff. Of course, you're going to need some sort of scales and weighting, measuring things so that you can. And of course, you're going to need some sort of hygiene wear that you're going to be wearing. And of course, I have, where's my basket? Yeah. Okay, it's over here that I use not only for my cosmetics, but you got the gloves, hair nets, and so forth to keep everything again hygiene. And these are my yogurt makers. So I'm going to show you how to make yogurt too with the really good probiotics. And yeah, and again, you don't want to use any of the waxes unless they're around 210. And you want to have, if not in a salt brine before you do that, whatever cheese it is, and then have it so that you can then have some sort of crust forming. And the next thing you know is, let's get over to this side, and then we can get to the to make forming some sort of crust with the vinegar wash or with the brine wash, and then let it dry so there's absolutely no moisture. And then of course that kills a lot of bacteria, but absolutely you want to have that paste. I know it's an extra step, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, that's the only thing that I have to stick to this. I wanted to make it really short, and it's already 10 minutes. Okay, so that's just basically the update. The next few days, I should be having the rennet, the stuff that I told you that is absolutely preservative free. Let's see that, and then I'm going to make a video that I'm actually going to be in the process of separating the cream and then using it immediately, the skim milk, to make the cheese and having everything ready that way. So I hope that was good information, and I'll see you then.